Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Here we go, guys. Two finished Ferris wheel trailers, and man, how cool do these look. I'll just kind of pan the camera around a little bit so that way you guys can see everything. Um, really happy with how these turned out. It was a lot of work, most of it painting. Can't remember how long ago I started working on these. It's been a little while now, but the majority of the time was paint work. And so it took a lot of time, but how awesome does this look, guys? These colors, these new colors that I used for the tubs and the umbrellas look awesome on the tubs trailer. A lot more correct for what they should be. I laid the tubs out in a nice 2x2 matching pattern. Those look really nice. And they're also kind of set up for, I had talked about this in the last video, pull off a blue umbrella for a blue tub, a pink umbrella for a pink tub, a yellow one for a yellow one, a green one for a green one, and then the pattern kind of just goes back and forth. Decided to do that to kind of mix up the colors a little bit, and I think that looks really nice. Got some yellow straps on this one, and a black one up front, just kind of going from some pictures. The crane, or the hoist beam right here is kind of a tan color. Try to match that off of the real one as close as I could. I think that came out really well. Have the ring bars restacked in their spots. Those were kind of a pain to get right again because the glue dries really fast, so I only have seconds to get those set right. The tubs, I ended up gluing those. Each one is glued to the rod individually, so that way I could get them set, placed, try to get them as straight as possible. The way these parts are molded, they don't really want to fit each other too nicely, so there is a little bit of fighting back and forth with getting those positioned just right. But how cool does that look? The colors, I love how the colors turned out. Beautiful trailer now, 100 times better than what it was before, and that's what I was after. And then the base beam load trailer, you guys can see I got the its generator unit up front there. That for some reason turned out to be a huge pain to paint, even though it's only white and yellow. Eventually I will have to put the stripes on this, but for right now I'm just calling that good enough. Got the vent and the exhaust painted. The yellow plate on the back there, and then I took some stiff wire and made two coils, kind of elongated coils, and used some brass rodding for hooks in the back, and got those kind of coiled up and looking how they do on the real one. And then just various little details from other kits that I kind of cut and chopped, and tried to fill that space with some stuff. A couple steps in there. Got the all the pedestals are strapped down. Those, of course, are glued in place as well. Turned out to be kind of a challenge when I was putting those pedestals back on. I didn't really remember how I got them straight on the bottom. The top ones are pretty easy because of this rack that I made. The rack that they're sitting on, those have these little boxes within them, and you guys can kind of see the red beams underneath those. Those were built to fit those, so I knew getting those top ones in straight was going to be alright, but getting the bottom ones glued down straight was kind of a challenge. Other than that trailer went together really nice. That was the one that I wasn't too sure if I was going to have to completely start over with a new trailer, and I did not have to. That is the original trailer that I built it on, and everything turned out really nice. I'll turn my little pad around here so that you guys can get some different views of it. of these, both the trailers. But man, how cool do these look? Way better than before, a little bit more detail, better color, just all around enhanced the look of these two. You guys can see the other side of this one. We have the door, then the back side of the tubs, and side note for the tubs trailers, some of these tubs, they don't really get them lined up perfect like how I have them. Some of them are kind of off from each other, or even facing backwards from whatever. They just kind of get them off, set them on there, and however they go on is however they go on. I decided to line mine all up just because I think it looks a little bit better, especially for a model. If I didn't have context explaining why they were all offset, it would just kind of look like a messy job, and I wanted to do it pretty clean, so I lined them all up as good as I could. And then got the straps on them. Straps are always kind of a challenge to get set and get somewhat tension on them. And then these ones I painted yellow. And then the nice thing is the paint doesn't really cover that well on there, so it does kind of make it look like worn out straps, which is kind of neat. And then just kept these ones black. And each trailer has its own characteristic, like you guys can see. The little hubcaps, not the rim, but the little cap on the hub, those are painted red. And then the mud flaps are mounted clear to the back of the trailer, where the tubs trailer does not have painted hubs. And the it's kind of hard to see, but the mud flaps are right at the wheels, right at the back of the wheels. And then the tubs trailer also has little bellies on each side. No bellies on the base beam load trailer. So each trailer definitely has, even though it's the exact same trailer, it has its own characteristics. And yeah, guys, I'm just super stoked with how these came out. They look fantastic. Way better coloring on everything this go around. Definitely taking time to make sure that I do a better job this go around. If I have something that's taken apart and I have to deal with it, that's my goal this go around, is to make sure that everything gets done better this time. I want things to be better. If I have to take the time to deal with them and get these trailers back together, I might as well take a little extra time and just really make everything look nice. We have all of our gate pieces racked. Those were kind of a pain to re-glue back on. I was when I disassembled this trailer, I was able to take those off, glued all together. It was just getting them placed back on there and making sure they were straight. That was kind of a hassle. But everything went together really nice. Everything looks so cool. Both of these trailers are just awesome. They look the part. They might not be 100%, but they are as accurate as I could get them with what I have to work with. And so I'm pretty proud of them. And I cannot explain how happy I am to have these done. It was a ton of work. It was a lot of worry. If I was going to be able to make them look not just as good as they did before, but better, I feel like I was able to successfully make them look way better. And so that's a successful job. And as far as my checklist goes, I can get these off the checklist. Those two containers that you guys saw me repaint, those I didn't even have on my checklist, because when I wrote my to-do list out, I was still in the mindset of painting things for 2019. And then, you guys know that I kind of went through a whole process of figuring out, really nailing down my time frame to 2013. So those containers were not on my checklist or my to-do list. So I just got those done and out of the way. So these are officially the first thing that I can check off of my list, which is super nice. Making progress, slow, but we get there. And I hope you guys enjoyed kind of seeing these trailers come back to life. If you want to see what they looked like right when I started, go back to the first video on the Ferris wheels. You'll see just how rough these were. Disassembling them was not a easy thing to do, and a lot of rough spots on these trailers. A lot of really rough paint stripping, and so it took a lot of work to get these things looking good, cleaned up. Things that are shiny, things that should be shiny are shiny, things that aren't shiny are not. So I feel like we did really good on both of these, and I'm super happy. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. So hopefully you guys think they turned out all right. I love them. I'm happy with them. And next video we'll be starting our next trailers. So I will say the next few trailers aren't going to be quite as in-depth and colorful as these. I do have a handful of simpler projects that I would like to get off of my list. They're projects that aren't going to take near as long. They're going to be super easy and pretty bare bones, but I'll still get some of that on my videos, just that way you guys can kind of see what I'm dealing with. And yeah, done with these ones, and happy to be done with these ones. So that's it for this video, guys. Until next time, take care.